back again with another video for 100 Hippies Challenge. And this time I'm on time. It is still October 3rd. And for October 3rd, the rules are a comfort horror movie. And so I chose Scream 2. It was between this or Urban Legend Final Cut, which I'm still doing. But Scream 2 went out because I've been watching it for longer. Like for 1 year. Like, here's how I first started watching this movie. Oh, and I forgot I had this shirt too. It's a Ghostface shirt. I got a reason to wear it. So I first got into Scream 2. I'd seen the first one, I remember, because my grandma had the tape. The second movie, so I remember I had to go to my siblings' preschool after school to wait for our parents to pick us up back in the 90s. And I go there one day to find out my brother has won some kind of contest, and his prize was a copy of Scream 2. Again, this was a preschool, and they're still open every time I drive past it. I'm like, I wonder if they're still giving out copies of Scream 2. But yeah, no, this is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I chose it because I could watch it whenever, like medicated, unmedicated, sick, not sick, like just I'm in any mood. This movie, I can put that on, like with the Urban Legend movies. But Scream 2, it's just the best of the franchise for me. It really is. Like, I have no real problems with it, and I understand way down behind the scenes I've been in that. But yeah, so Scream 2. Oh, by the way, I've had this whole collection here. The first 3 movies and that bonus disc. Since before Scream 4 came out. This is one of those collections directly inspired by my dad's collection. He had the same one. I guess now I have it. This one's mine. I have his too. But yeah. And I do have, we'll get to that. But yeah, so Scream 2, Sydney and her surviving friends now in college in a whole other place. I think California. No, it's road. They're in a whole other place at college, and Ghostface strikes again. And yes, the first half of it, if even that, is dedicated to a copycat, but then that's over as soon as the reveal is over. And it's on to a whole other thing. I get that. That's behind the scenes. The script got leaked. This is a franchise pretty well known for guarding that, so they had to change it. Like, originally, Matthew Lillard was supposed to come back as Stu, and it would have been a bunch of people doing his work for him, but the script got leaked, so they changed it. And I'll explain more about that if I get to the characters. And then they would try to do that again with Scream 3, but something went down. If you were there, you remember. And so they were like, okay, maybe doing this idea was a bad idea, so they changed it to what we got. But yeah. So, Scream 2, I mean, so yeah. I'm loving this soundtrack. I got the soundtrack, by the way, to the first 2 movies. I thought I had them here. I feel like digging. I forgot that Master P did a song on the soundtrack. Also, I'm reading here, and Hans Zimmer did some of the music. This movie, yeah, like, so many people were involved in it. Like, yes, the people you see here, the regulars. Nev Campbell is Sydney, David Arquette is Dewey, Courtney Cox is Gail, and then you got Jada Pinkett there, who's in this one only, and then Leigh Schreiber, who's in the first 3. Okay, but then there's people like, again, Jada Pinkett seems to be one of those, I guess, guest characters, like her, Omar Epps, Dwayne Martin, Selma Blair, Marisol Nichols, Portia de Rossi, Rebecca Gayheart, who I just did her slasher the other day, Urban Legend. And every time she's on screen in this movie, I'm like, yeah, her slasher in Urban Legend would not have the patience for her character in this movie. Who else did this movie? Um, Jerry O'Connell, Elise Neal, like such a huge cast of up and coming actors and established actors. It's fantastic. It's because the first one was so good that everybody wanted to be in it. And of course, the whole Bell South phone thing. That's because the first movie that came out and everybody had to get one of those things, the caller ID, because those weren't around for the majority of the 90s. Yeah, we had one. I remember it was a big deal back then. So yeah, the characters. So Cindy's in college and getting phone calls from dumbasses trying to do the voice, but she has the caller ID. She has a good attitude about it at this point. Dewey has a limp because what happened in the first movie. Gil sucks for a lot of the movie. Like a whole lot of the movie. This is where her kind of face turn happens. But here's the thing. A lot of people hate Gil, especially in this movie. I'm not one of them. Like, one thing, you can see it right here on the movie cover. Nearly every woman in this movie has short hair. And I remember as a kid, I used to really like it. I didn't know why. I couldn't explain it back then. I remember back then watching some kind of documentary, something Will Smith was talking about Jada Pinkett and Set It Off. You see when she cuts her braids off? And he was like, that's the Jada I like. And I'm like, what? Then I see Scream 2 and I'm like, And I was told I get what he was saying and I get it. Like, yeah. Like, this movie is responsible for for me liking girls with short hair. Like, every girl makes it work. Even Elise Neal, her hair is not short, but she has it tied up. Like, the only two characters that don't, only two girls that don't have short hair, Portia Rossi and Rebecca Gayheart. Oh, Marisol Nichols. That's it. So, and like Courtney Cox, my goodness, this was like, every time I watch this, man, my goodness, I'm reminded of just the biggest crush I have on her, man. The short hair, the red streaks, the big, beautiful blue eyes, man. They do the close. I don't usually like close-ups. When they do close-ups, I'm like, whoa. Every single time. Like, my goodness, she kept it. I remember she kept it for a while, and she had it on Friends, and Chandler said something about it. And I remember, like, see, it's not, I was like, yeah, it's not just me. It's not, yeah. So my favorite, and Cotton, right? Returning character is Cotton. He's easily my favorite arc in this whole franchise. Some say Sydney, some say Dewey. A select few say, yep, Cotton has the best story arc. If you first see him, it's blink and you miss it in the first movie. He's on the TV screen with the long hair and the yellow jumpsuit because he's arrested. In the second movie, he's all over this movie, kind of sort of pissed off, just wants to clear his name and tell his story. Is he a dick? Yes, like a colossal dick, but he's no murderer. But he's one of the red herrings. I talked about this the other day. Urban Legend did red herrings so well. This movie, not so much. Like, even back then, I didn't buy Cotton or Jerry O'Connell, the boyfriend, as the killers. Because first of all, they point blank said it wasn't Cotton the second he showed up. But then they tried to act like he's a red herring. Like, you literally said it wasn't him. The boyfriend, I never bought him as a red herring at all. They were all, so he's the boyfriend. He got cut in the perfect spot. He's a med student. Maybe someone knew that and studied up and got him in the right spots to frame him. But yeah, I instantly knew who it was when I first saw this back in 97. I did. 97, 98. Like, yeah, I instantly, just like a Scream, it was kind of obvious for me. The second killer, I always, like, for the longest time, I'll forget this person's even in the movie. Now, I know who they are. Like, I'm a fan of their work. Like, even right now, they're doing what they were doing back then, like, literally, with the same people on the same show. Like, they're a name. And I just keep forgetting they're in the movie. They pop up every now and then. So, yeah, but, like, there's one scene, though. The infamous Randy scene. where they point blank tell you it was this other killer. Like they showed them on screen for a brief second on a TV screen, telling you that's what that is doing it, and for a reason, obviously. But yeah, I forgot Sarah Michelle Gellar's in this Omega Beta Zeta, which we used to say that all the time when I was a kid. Omega Beta Zeta. I never knew why. And this is her, like, right as she became Buffy. Like, right as she became Buffy. And when I watched this, I'm like, she could easily whoop Ghostface's ass. She'd beat Dracula's ass. Like, come on. But yeah, and I always, like, as much as I like her death scene, I always hate it because she's one of the better characters in the movie. And the way, like Ghostface kind of flirts with her, but she's entertaining it, but also kind of, like, not. Again, I like strong women. I also like messing with people. But yeah, and I always like that scene. Roger Jackson, he's so good at that, man. And yes, I do know that you can see her bleeding before he stabs her, before he throws her off. I tried to find the cameraman that you can see for a half a blip, but this must be one of the versions where they cut that out. But yeah, whatever. It's part of the charm. Like Halloween with the palm trees and the John Carpenter smoke. It's just part of the charm. So yes, acting great, music's great. I have the soundtrack. This film great. I really have no complaints about the movie. A lot of people who do. I don't. Again, best in the franchise for me, easily. I literally watched this to fall asleep. Okay, like. So yeah. I don't think I have more to say without spoiling. Oh, yes I do. Yes I do. So Elise Neal plays the character named Hallie, which is funny to me because at the same time she was about to be on a show called The Hughleys, which she was going to be on, playing a character who was a running joke that she looked like Halle Berry. I mean, she doesn't. She looks good though, but she doesn't. My running subject to Halle Berry, I saw the picture she posted with her and Kate Hudson and the legs. Beautiful picture for a good cause. It's just awesome. Like, Halle Berry's still so toned and everything. She's 57. She's a senior citizen. Like, whoa. So, yeah. Anyway. Also, Elise Neal and Dwayne Martin are in this. And they were both going... And they're in this with Jada Pinkett Smith, which is particularly interesting because they were both going to star on a show called All of Us, which was about the early years of the marriage of Will and Jada Pinkett Smith. And they're both in the movie with Jada. So, yeah. And also Omar Epps, like I said, he's in this. And of course, he was in Juice. I guess he didn't have the juice this time around. Yeah. So that is all I have for Scream 2. The masterpiece this is. Thank you for watching. I almost forgot. I like how the movie starts out with two black characters talking about how we generally don't survive these kinds of movies. When in the first movie there was no black characters. This one has 4, and one of them survives. Oh, and Hallie was, she was supposed to be a Ghostface, but that's one of the changes they had to make when the script leaked. So yeah, that was, and I like that commentary there. Like that, what's he saying? Like, and yes, I mean, my name is Will. He said, I'm not making any jokes about that. No, but I just saying I like Jada in this. Especially when she says the line about, I know my shit. I say that, like, all the time. So, again, more influence on me. So, yeah. Again, thank you for watching.